Let's work through example 2. Example 2 is talking about solutions. Here's my given equation or inequality, and you're asked, if you have 7x minus 8 equal to 9, is it possible that x is equal to 6? To do these problems, we're going to go ahead and substitute in. So we'll do 7 times 6 minus 8. And is that equal to 9? Well, hopefully, just by looking at this, you can see right away that it's not going to work out. But let's prove it. 7 times 6 is 42. And 42 minus 8. 42 minus 8. Yep, you're right. It's 34. Now remember, this is an equality problem, so we should really have brought this equal to 9, equal to 9. Should bring them both down. Is 34 ever equal to 9? No. My conclusion then is that x equal to 6 is not a solution. It doesn't work when I plug it in. This is not a true statement. Let's look at example B. We've got an inequality now. It's a less than symbol. We want to know if 4 plus 5y is less than 18 when y is equal to 4. So we make that substitution. Four plus 5 times 4. We want to know, is that smaller than 18? Order of operations comes into play. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 plus 20 is 24. And is 24 smaller or less than 18? Hopefully that answer is no. So when we look at that, we need to go ahead and then say, remember the solution we were testing is what happens when y is equal to 4. So my solution or my conclusion is the fact that y equal to 4 is not a solution. Again, if you're feeling really comfortable with this and you want to pause and try them and do some fast forwarding, now's a good time to do that. Give problems C and D a try. If you're feeling a little uncomfortable, maybe you want to stick with me for another minute or two. Stop whenever you're ready, give them a try, and come back. It's always okay. Let's look at letter C. So we've got another inequality, and this time we're going to plug in a 15 for the place of the variable f. 15 over 3 minus 4 less than or equal to 1. 15 over 3, well that's 5. 5 minus 4 less than or equal to 1. Well, that's really 1 less than or equal to 1. Yeah, 1 is, well, it's not less than, but it is equal to 1. So in this case, f equal to 15 is a solution. It works. We got a true statement when we got to the bottom of that problem. When we look at problem D, be careful with that exponent. What happens when we plug in x equal to 5? We're going to do 5 to the second power, or squared, minus 5 is greater than 10. 5 squared is 25. Minus 5, is that greater than 10? Well, hopefully you can see the fact that yes is already true. But if not, and because we're always going to show all of our work, 25 minus 5 is 20. 20 is definitely greater than 10. So our conclusion in this case is x equal to 5 is a solution. Complete sentence. Remember when you're doing your whisk, I'm expecting complete sentences. Solve the equation using mental math is the last piece that we need to talk about in this section. And what number plus 6 is equal to 11? That's what we're thinking when we read this. The solution, well, what plus 6? The solution is 5. And our check step is to double check, especially if you're on a test situation and you're uncomfortable with your mental math. Check it out. Does 5 plus 6? Yep, that equals 11. Something times A equals 56. I think you can finish these. I'm going to talk all the way through them, but skip to the end if you think you're comfortable. So when we're thinking, we're going to be thinking, what number times 7 is 56? What number times 7 is 56? So hopefully your math facts are getting really good. That's an 8. Mentally, 7 times 8 is 56. That's our check step. 7 times 8. Yep, that's 56. You could use a calculator to check that if you wanted to. B divided by 11 equals 3. So what number when divided by 11 would give us 3? What number divided by 11 is 3? Mental math. What number? Well, Mrs. Sturgeon, 33, because 3 times 11 equals 33. That's probably how you thought about it. Believe it or not, you're actually stepping into chapter 2 stuff already, because I know you know how to solve equations. So we get to problem D. Remember, we're using mental math. I know you know how to solve this. I know you know how to show me add 4, divide by 5, divide by 5. But right now we're using mental math. So my question, what I'm thinking of, is what number times 5, then subtract 4 is equal to 11. So how do I say that a little more properly? So the difference, right, the difference subtraction of 5 times a number and 4 is 11. What number can be multiplied by 5, then we would subtract 4 and get 11. This is a thinking step, right? It's a thinking step. Most likely, I am not going to ask you on a test or a quiz to do this. Would it be a good whisk question? It's possible, but it's not a test or a quiz question. Mental math on this one, what times 5, then subtract 4? Well, hopefully you know that 5 times 3 is 15, and 15 minus 4. So your check step, 5 times 3, then subtract 4. Yep, it works out. I believe that's the end of what we've got for this one. Not a whole lot there. Yep, section 5 comes next. See you in a bit.